Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about this amazing plant that's called Stinging Nettle. The young ones is really stinging nicely. So if you want to collect the stinging nettle, I suggest you put a glove on. Then it's a lot easier. There's like really baby ones and they are the worst. They're really stinging like a fireball. So we are collecting the young shoots of the stinging nettle. There are already older and mature stinging nettles. There they are, already blooming. So that's at least several years old as stinging nettle, and it's mixed up with blackberries, so it's really wild. If you want to try to get through that, you need protective clothing here. The long stinging nettle, like the mature bushes, you could use to make threads. You can make yarn out of it and use for making clothing. You can do knitting, or if you have special machine for making clothing, so first you make a material and then you are ready to make beautiful dresses, shirts, whatever you are interested in. But today we are going to collect young shoots of stinging nettle. Stinging nettle itself has a high quantity of vitamin K. So if you're planning to make tea out of stinging nettle, really consult your doctor if you need it. If you have thick blood, you probably shouldn't use stinging nettle, only maybe one time or whenever you absolutely need it. Stinging nettle will work really well for people who have bleeding problems, like from the nose bleeding, or for women when they're going through menopause, or basically it helps to thicken your blood. That's what vitamin K does. Plus it has tanning elements, and if you're not planning to use internally, it's really awesome for your hair and for your skin. What you do, you collect the plant. You literally, if you want for just one-time use, you don't need much. For example, this would be enough. You take a pot of hot water. Well, I would boil the water as usual, let it stand for a minute or two so the water is really steamingly hot, and then you put your stinging nettle. You can do it just shortly before you're going to use it, just when it gets to the appropriate temperature for your body. And when it's done, you could gently remove your stinging nettle from your pot, and using that water, put in a peach or something. After you finish taking a shower, you wash your hair with your favorite shampoo and everything. At the end, you use your stinging nettle water to rinse off your hair. And let it a little bit dry. Do not rinse it off again with water after you used your stinging nettle water. Keep it on your body. So just maybe use a towel that is a little bit kind of colorful towel, not so much bright white colors, because it will lose some spots on your clothing, on your towel, if you dry it out. As I said, it has tanning elements, and it's really awesome to support your hair. So it strengthens the roots of your hair, plus it has its healing ability for your skin. So when you rinse it off, it would be really awesome for you. So I hope it was useful to you, and you try using stinging nettle not as a tea, but as like tonic for your whole body, like rinsing off your body and your hair. You could collect stinging nettle, dry it like you do your herbs in a dark spot. Just dry it off and keep it in a cloth bag, like a cotton bag, until you want to use it. And right now, when it's summertime, you can go and collect fresh stinging nettle plants. Also, people using young stinging nettle to make tinctures. For that, you would need alcohol and stinging nettle itself. For 200 grams of stinging nettle, you would need 500 milliliters of your alcohol. What you do, you just blend it together, then you put in a container, let it stand in a darker spot for like a week or two, better 2 weeks. Then you strain it through the sieve or your cheesecloth to make sure all that stinging nettle is out, and you just leave a nice liquid solution. And then you can store it away in your dark bottles, or right away use a little tincture bottles, glass bottles, and use it if you need it for your health benefits. Here we go. Here's our stinging nettle plant. A little more about stinging nettle. So yesterday when we went and picked up, I made a stinging nettle water, and today it's much darker. You can keep it in refrigerator for a couple of days. When you made your stinging nettle water, you took out the nettles after a while, then you strain it, put the water in the container, glass container, and keep it in your refrigerator. And then you can use the little pitcher, just pour it in there, make it a little bit warmer, you warm it up, and then after you're done taking a shower, after you wash your hair, so you rinse your hair with this stinging nettle water. And as I mentioned earlier, just leave it on your hair. Do not wash it again with water. Do not rinse it off after that. Just let it be. Could stay a little bit with all that solution on your hair, and then you just tap it dry with your kind of darker colored cloth or towel. It washes away easily, so it doesn't leave the spots afterwards. It's just if you're using white towel, so it's right away you can see little brownish spots. But it's really great. You would notice right away your hair gets a bit fluffier. So if you have fluffy hair, maybe you don't like it, but for people who doesn't have really soft hair, so it's really, you see pretty much right away your hair is like just so happy and excited with this natural solution. And you can use as often as you want to. Right now is the season, so if you have stinging nettle close by, just go pick up a couple plants. You can make every day a little bit in your pot and use it without even storing it away. If you have to go somewhere, yes, you can store it in the refrigerator for a few days, like 2-3 days, so and then you can use it without going again in the nature and getting more stinging nettle. So there we go, guys. Try it and let me know what do you think. This stinging nettle. Also, stinging nettle is awesome to make salads. You can reduce the stinginess because it's really stinging. Some people in early days, they use stinging nettle to heal themselves. They would actually go all the way in the stinging nettle and actually will sting themselves really badly, because that stinginess has special elements that really benefit your health. So they would do it specially to sting themselves, so to get these nutrients inside your system and actually heal certain sicknesses. There we go. even stinginess can be very, very helpful and useful. I hope it was helpful to you, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.